Daily News. We are the people's news. We're number one for a reason, and that reason is you. As always, we like to get around the Scioto County area and show off some different things that's going on. We have the pleasure to be here with Basilia today, Portsmouth West Elementary, and they're doing Agriculture Day.
Yes,
and you're part of the future.
Part of the future of agriculture.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's a good thing. We need to know more about you guys on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right now, I know you have a rooster in your hands here.
Mm-hmm. Right here, we've got a station with Poultry. Stay over there. Go look at the goose, Bubby. Okay. We've got a station with, right here, we're doing poultry. So we've got layer hens, we've got the rooster, we have a goose, and we have quail to show them the field of even just poultry in the agriculture industry is. It's very important. They love to, the kids really like to interact with the livestock, whether that be these birds or some of the other things that we're going to see later. They really enjoy it.
I like that you guys also have some educational posters, and then you're asking them questions at the same time. So kind of testing them a little bit, testing their knowledge. That also being said, how many years have you guys been doing this now?
This is our 4th year.
Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Now, do you do other schools, or do you primarily focus on this area?
This event is only this day, but we do, we participate in the Scioto County Ag Day, which is for the entire county of schools for their 4th graders.
Now, what day is that? I'm just asking.
That was last Wednesday.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's still in the month of May?
Yep,
okay.
Everything stays in May pretty well.
Oh, okay. And then for future events, do you have other programs scheduled, or?
This is our main one. This is our biggest thing for the educational aspect.
Now, I see other folks here. Now, are they all part of this, or they just come to this event, or?
Yep, everything's a part of this event.
Okay, now I see we've got Ohio State University here, so obviously, and we know they have their hand in agriculture.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I noticed you have a reporter on there, so, and I know you reach out to folks. The reason why I'm saying that is, how do you go about, you just try to get a hold of different organizations and see if
that's pretty much my role. I publicize a lot of the things that we do and get a hold of whoever I can, pretty much make sure things go smoothly.
Okay, now I did talk to your mom, and I noticed you guys got some really unique birds.
We do.
So can we talk about it quick, and we'll kind of walk over that way. Folks, I just want to let you know, because we are at a school event, so we're trying to keep it to where we're on.
Go back in. Yes, I hear your woman.
And we're trying to keep it on the animals and not so much on the kids. So I'm going to bring this over this way here.
You want to speak about it, or you want me to?
And I will give you my mic, because that way they can hear you a little better. All right. I'll just angle down there toward you. How's that sound? If you want to give us just a little bit of information about the bird you have today.
So I have a Harris hawk. She's a falconry bird. She's used to hunt mostly squirrels and rabbits. Native to her, she is from out west, but she was purchased from a raptor center in North Carolina. They breed them there, and then we buy them, and then we train them to hunt. She's about 2 years old, and currently she is not hunting because it's not hunting season, but in the fall she will go back to hunting.
Oh, that is awesome. And the kids are having a good time getting to see her.
Yeah, it's very neat. They're, identifying that her sharp beak and sharp talons means that she's a predator and that she's a carnivore. So that's really cool. Some of the kids have given me stories about, we have a hawk on our farm or at our house or something like that. So that's really cool. And it's neat to give them an experience that they might not ever get to have again.
Oh yeah, this is wonderful. And to be up that close with them too.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, I guess we'll go to our next station here. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
That information. Right, you want to try and go?
Do you want to get the other water fountain? We can go like a circle this way.
Okay. Oh, yep. Let me follow you real quick.
Guys, can we clear out? I'm trying to get in with the...
I don't want to...
Guys, scooch, please, scooch.
Watch out.
Aww.
We also have... This is a goose. His name's Jerry. Yep. We have our goose, Jerry. This is his 2nd year coming. The kids really enjoy him. As you can tell, he's got quite the personality.
Yes.
He is used as breeding stock, or he will be once he gets a new mate.
Aww. How old is Jerry?
He's fully mature now. He's about 4 years old.
Oh, okay, okay.
and come to the event for 2 years.
Oh yeah, this is great. And again, I'm watching all the young adults come up and they're inquiring about him and learning stuff, and
yeah.
And then I'm hoping that this also, whoops, see, you won't get me. I'm hoping that this gives them the opportunity that they want to look into this future as well. Now, obviously, are you on a farm yourself?
Yes, I am.
And so what kind of chores do you do in a day? Looks like you got a lot of animals. That's why I asked.
We really have mostly poultry at the moment, but I have experience with beef cattle. I've got experience with meat production, swine, meat production, rabbits, breeding rabbits, chickens, guineas, pretty much any poultry you can imagine I've dabbled in. It's very rewarding because it really has helped me, and even the FFA bees experiences, like these chickens that we have here. Yeah. These are 2 of mine that I have donated time from. It's called my SAE, my Supervised Agricultural Experience. Every single member in the FFA has one of these, and I'm currently operating with 22 layer hens and 1 rooster, and the FFA in that project has really helped me build my leadership skills and learn that that is the career I want to go into, is the egg production. So I'm really hoping that once we get these other kids into the agricultural setting, they'll realize maybe I want to do this in the future.
Now, you know, I'm going to ask this. I got to ask this. With all the prices with eggs and all that stuff going up, or had went up, what was you guys' experience with that?
Well, I'd have to raise the price of my eggs to meet demand. So right now mine are at $5 a dozen. But the people who purchase from me know that they are coming from humanely produced eggs, not something you'd see in the farming factories, because I'm quite against the conditions that those birds are raised in. Okay. And we know that my price will also stay steady. Yes. It hasn't changed.
Because I know that, I mean, again, we've watched it go up, we've watched it go down, and it's somewhere right in the middle now. Yep. But again, to me, I don't know if I would say you're a small business, but that sounds like small business. We want to support local for sure.
Absolutely.
And is there where do you recommend folks to go if they want to buy homegrown eggs?
It really differs from person to person and community to community. A lot more people produce those eggs than you would think. Like Lakin over here, she only has the 1 hen, but she still is like producing these eggs and would be open to selling them in theory. So you really just have to look for who's around you and what kind of opportunities you personally have.
Because it seemed like everybody decided they was going to start buying some chicks and make their own eggs. I don't know, is there I mean, what would you consider the cost factor? I know that's
if it's something long term that you really want to do, I'd have to recommend it, because it's just a really rewarding experience too, raising the birds from chicks if you're getting chicks. If you are buying hens, raising them through maturity while they lay the eggs. I really recommend it if it's feasible for you and your options.
I know she wasn't prepared for that, but I had to ask. Especially when it comes to eggs right now. We're all interested.
Definitely a higher cost up front, but it's definitely rewarding, I'd say.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah. Well, you want to go to our next station here over this way toward OSU? Or?
Absolutely, let's go.
All right. So we're kind of walking from station to station. Some of the younger adults are getting cleared out. They're changing classes. So we want to get to some of these stations and show everybody. They've got a llama here today, and we got someone over here. Looks like we got a plant station set up. Hey, I've seen this lady before.
Can you walk us through what we're going through today, please?
Absolutely. So today,
I'm going to give this to you real quick, because they can hear me.
Today we have some marigolds, and we're talking about companion planting. We're talking about the fact that you can take marigolds and plant them all around the outside of your vegetable garden, and the rabbits think they stink, and the rabbits won't get in, and they won't eat all your vegetables.
Oh, okay.
And then everybody has a chance. They can take one home if they'd like. We write our name on the side of them, so they got them. All they have to do is take them home, give them just a little bit of water, keep them in a sunny spot, and then they can plant them outside.
This is great. This is great. So I know I've talked to you before.
Yeah, the community garden.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Again this summer?
Yep, I sure will. Yep, Kane and I will be there. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna say we'll have Wings of Hope again.
Yep,
summer,
we will. Yep, we love it there. We love it. It's great. Yep.
I knew I talked to her before. All right, so we'll go to our next station. Thank you.
All right, sorry, my hands are really dirty.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And then we're a little bit dirt, right?
That's right. A little dirt never hurt.
Thanks, hon. All right, we're going to try and keep it again. The camera, we got to keep focused more on the stations.
when he.
Oh, we got 4-H here, Scioto County.
You walk us through what we're doing today, please?
So we are doing a station about bees.
Oh,
And
wow.
beehives, and what bees do and how they build their hives. And we've got these different little
Okay.
inserts that come out of the hive that have all the educational components, so we can teach the kids how bees make honey. And then Megan over here has
a build a farm. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
teaching
I'm
kids
going to
like
bring this around you
where
guys.
to put their fences, not to do it close to their house. You might want to do it where there's some water, what kind of animals they want. If they want a donkey to protect their cows, just different stuff like that.
And I think a lot of times folks don't know that that's the purpose of a donkey is like protect them from like coyotes and things like that. Yeah. So you learn a lot more.
right, and reminding them, like just a minute ago, a little girl was here and she was trying to fit everything on the tray, and so she tried to put her corn here, and I said, do you think the corn will really grow in the rocks? And she was like, oh. So just trying to actually make them think about, when you actually see a farm, it is actually a well thought out.
And I want to come back to the bees real quick because I've seen a lot more people take this up as an interest, or folks that have moved from the city into the country and they feel like that's something they want. Is it real hard to get that started?
Kane, our ag educator, was just talking to somebody about it, and he said that it isn't real hard to get them started. I think, just making sure you've got the right kind of area for them. Whomever he was talking to, he said he wasn't sure that they would work real well where they are. But I know, like, even my grandfather had beehives. He lived in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So in the city, and he had a couple of hives. And the bees helped,
pollinate and do all that good stuff. Yeah.
But I know that we do have folks around that set up hives for our farmers to help pollinate crops. And then if you talk to like Furman's for their orchards, they actually don't use, they do have some hives, I think, for honeybees, but they actually, instead of beehives, they actually get bumblebees, and they order bumblebees, and bumblebees do all of their pollinating.
Wow.
Okay. So it's kind of neat, all the different things about pollinators. But as far as the hives and doing bees, I don't think it's that complicated.
Okay.
I think, it's time consuming because you're going to have to take care of the hives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can
I
talk to
know
her real quick.
one of my friends did, she lost one of her hives a couple years ago during the winter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because they just,
You have to give them sugar water, and then you have to make sure they don't get diseases during the summer because they're interacting with other bees and bringing it back to their hive.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think, there's more to it than people think, but the maintenance of them. But it is pretty cool.
Yeah. I just had to ask it. Yeah.
And there was a 4-H project that was a bee project. So, that kids could take as well.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you, ladies, very much and for everything you guys do. And then we're going to another station, correct?
Yep.
I got to kind of turn my camera here so we don't get the kids. Thank you, guys.
Grace, once these kids clear out, can you just say a little bit about your pigs and stuff?
Moving along here.
Can you say a little bit about your pigs for here once these kids clear out? Yeah. Thank you. Just have to wait for these kids to clear out, then we're going to talk about
no, that's
swine.
fine. Well, while we're waiting here just a couple minutes there, I'm going to bring it back on you here for a second.
Yep.
So again, it's really a lot of knowledge that you guys are bringing to this today, and then the different things and aspects that people do on a farm. Anything else that you may want to add to that?
It's just really good to educate on that. Agriculture is so much more than just corn and cows. It's a very vast, and we are very animal crop centric in our area, so it's good to get the knowledge that there is more to agriculture than just that.
So my guess is you're going to try to continue this on as a career for your path.
I am.
So I'm going to ask, to me, it might consider it a tough question, or maybe it's a very knowledgeable question. What do you think about some of the farmland that's getting bought up now? Because we're losing a lot of that farmland.
We are. We really are. It's it's kind of devastating in my eyes because we're losing all this farmland and we're expected to still produce the same amounts that we were, and it's just not possible.
Right. Have you looked at? I'm sorry. I was making sure we can get
You're
that kid on
fine.
there. Have you looked alternatives and things like that? Are you guys looking into things that?
There are some alternatives because you know how they say if you can't go out, you gotta go up, but you can only go up so far with the greenhouses, the vertical the vertical farming. They're getting that more into the less rural areas, the more city areas, but you've only got so much room to work with.
So you've already. I mean, and the reason why I'm asking her these questions because going into this career, these are things that you had to think about and what your opposition is, right? So I figured I would ask those questions because, again, a lot of people don't think, they just think, oh, there's pork on the table or, we just got
you have to think about the whole process,
Yeah, how'd it get there, right?
Right.
All right, at least as the little ones are kind of walking away, we're going to come up here and speak at another station here. Looks like we got some hogs. I'm going to give this to you. You can just hold it there if you want. And let folks know what you're doing and how,
So hi everyone, my name is Grace Lucas and I'm the president of the FFA chapter for the 2024-2025 school year. These right here behind me are my pigs and my goats. These pigs are ones I've farmed both out of sows that I've had. They're actually my SAE projects for my FFA class. So I'll take these to the fair at the end of August and then be able to put them through AET and hopefully one day get my American degree through that. And then the goats in the back, they're just pets. I decided I kind of wanted something to hang out with, and they're actually really good friends with the pigs. They actually kind of calm them down, especially being here. They were really good mentors.
I'm going to ask the names. What's their names?
So this pig's name is Cupcake. That's my sister's pig.
That's what it looks like, Wilbur.
Yeah, I think she could probably eat a whole pan of cupcakes. That's probably why she named her that. And then this one over here, her name's Susie.
Oh, okay. And then how hard has it been to raise your goats?
The goats, they've actually been really easy. As soon as they came home, they're pretty friendly. We didn't even have to bottle feed them, which was fun with me because that's a long process. But they're super tame. They're super calm. They actually go down the barn with us sometimes and just chill out with the pigs and hang out, kind of get them socialized. So they're really having a good day today.
Oh, yeah, they're liking this. I know every time we come by here, we're like, oh, it stinks.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah, it did not smell like this when I loaded them, I promise you. I don't know what they did in the last 5 minutes, but...
Well, thank you for your time today.
Thank
we're going to
you.
go to the next station.
All right.
Because I know this girl's on demand today, so.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Over there.
These clips clear out. We're going to go over here to ATV. We've got some safety going on, I do believe.
Okay. Oh, and that's good to know.
It's very important, especially in this area where you see so much of the illegal underground riding, and it can lead to a lot of injuries.
Yeah, this
so we'll
is
just wait
definitely
for the kids
important.
to clear out, and then we'll speak about it.
Oh, no problem. No problem. We're going to kind of keep that on us for a minute.
All right, we'll go up and we'll speak now.
All right. I'll hand one of these mics off to the gentleman here.
Yep.
We're just gonna go like this.
Yeah, wherever you
They
can get.
kind of focus on them a little bit there. One of them.
Speak
Who
a little
wants
bit.
to speak to me? Who wants to?
I guess I'm named Christian.
All right, jump up here real quick.
We're having an interview.
Just talk a little bit about what you've been doing with the vehicles and teaching the kids.
What have you taught today?
I got you. So we've just been teaching the kids about what the equipment's used for and what it does for the farm and stuff. We've been letting them get on it and see how it works inside
Now I'm
of
gonna
it.
ask this question for you guys. Do you guys run this equipment?
Yeah.
We personally do not.
He
Our
says
friend-
yeah, and he says personally do not.
Our friend back here does actually.
Oh, do ya?
He knows a
Okay.
lot more.
Okay.
Yeah,
So how long have you been running equipment like this? Because obviously you had to get a lot of experience.
Well, I'm turning 17 Saturday,
Okay.
so I probably started when I was about 8 years old. So
Wow.
I'm not very good at math. What's that? 9 years? Is that 9 years or 8 years? Somewhere around there.
But was there a lot of intense behind it?
Yeah. So my dad, he would ride around with us at first when we were younger. When we turned about 12 years old, he would let us go out.
Well, now on to as a career. I just asked Valencia, Vasilia about the future of farming, and obviously that's what you guys, the program are behind. How do you feel about some of the land being taken?
Oh, that's a good question. Us farmers, we like having all the land we can have.
Yeah.
Be able to farm, make money off of it. With all this conservation stuff going on. I call them tree huggers. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know what they do with it, but you can't farm it.
Right.
I don't really support all that, but it is what it is. You can't change it.
I'm gonna make it on a positive note. So, is there things that you guys are looking at future-wise to try to keep a grasp on things, or?
Yeah, we try to work with them as much. Yeah.
That's why I asked her about, like if there were some other alternatives, or you guys finding other ways to farm. Of course, she said greenhouses and stuff too.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So.
We personally don't have any greenhouses on our farm. We just all out leaf fields out behind the school and everywhere.
How many fields do you? I'm asking another math question. No.
There's a lot.
Right.
Not sure.
Guys, and then the kids asked about, because obviously it looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Them kids, they love this dirt bike so far. So.
Yeah.
They like climb up on it, starting it.
So for the summer, any words you want to give someone, or the best advice you could give someone if we're going to get on an ATV?
Wear your safety protection, a helmet. I got a pretty bad wreck a couple weeks ago, about 2 months ago. Broke my collarbone and had my helmet on. If I didn't have my helmet on, I would have been really badly hurt. So make sure you're wearing your helmet. That's the most important thing you can do.
Thank you for that. All right, good job.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so
we're going to get to talk to some of the alumni next about the actual FFA as an organization.
Okay. So again, folks, we're trying to keep the cameras avoiding most of the students that are here today. We want to deal with
Liv, you want to talk with her about some of the FFA stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, who wants to be the representative? Do you want to, Olivia?
Whoever does, here, take a mic.
Well, Riley, this is
your time to shine.
Information. We can talk about we're on live with YouTube, Cider County Daily News, and so we want to educate folks that ain't here today.
Okay, that's good.
So I see you have a lot of information here in front of you.
Yes.
Do you want to share some of that, or just why you have this up?
Oh, we have this up to educate the younger kids and maybe just start getting them interested at a younger age so they can just learn more and get interested before they get to 7th grade, which is when they can be in FFA. And we just have some of the competitions and stuff like that, and just to show them some of the stuff we do in the FFA and where you can go and compete. And
so I heard competitions.
Yes.
So do you go to different schools, or is it something that is it?
They're typically held at, depending on what CD you're going to, which stands for Career Development Event. You'll go to different schools. You'll go to different fairgrounds. It really depends on what competition you're doing.
Okay.
Like I do poultry evaluation judging. So that's held at different schools, and then the state one is held in Columbus.
Oh, okay. So you get to travel to the state fair up there, and that's awesome.
There's district, state, and national levels of stuff. So the National FFA organization, it works on a chapter level, a state level, and a national level. So we're a part of the Portsmouth West SCCTC FFA chapter, but then we're through the Ohio FFA Association, and then that goes to the National FFA organization.
Man, you guys got a lot of information. I definitely would love to see you guys come in for a couch conversation. We're there at 612 Chillicothe Street and talk about this even further, or bring some of your stuff in.
Yeah,
because I think all the information.
We are alumni, so currently we go to Shawnee State University, so we come back. Now that classes are out, we come back and we work with the high schoolers and stuff. And this is some of the things that I had when I graduated at West. So the kids here don't have this because they're not alumni yet, but Her and I were going to earn the highest degree in FFA later on this fall. So
The American degree.
yeah, so
Less
that's
than 1%.
only
And is that through Shawnee or is that?
no, that's entirely through the FFA. So,
Wow.
you have to be graduated a year.
Yes.
Yeah, a year
Okay.
from high school. So that's completely, totally for alumni, and less than 1% of members nationally get it. So you have to be very dedicated to
Okay.
the organization, and it's very easy.
So it's a national organization that you're telling me here. Okay.
Yes, and it is very easy to fall in love with this program. I
Wow.
mean, I've spent 6 years because we got this program my freshman year, so it's been 6 years that I've been involved in FFA.
So now I know we've been talking about business and stuff like that. So what on the business end how does this work on the business end? Like, do you make money? Is this something that, obviously you invest a lot.
Well, now depending on what someone does, their SAE and their supervised agricultural experience, and you have to productively earn or invest $10,000 into your SAE in order to earn the American degree. So mine was in agricultural education. Of course, I've done things within the district and everything like that. And I'm currently getting a degree in life science education. So it has a lot to do with my degree, and it prepares you for your.
I'm gonna give that to you to hear a little bit better. Yeah.
It prepares you for your desired career. So, and it can be in anything really. I mean, but my state degree that I have here, you earn like with your state and national degree, because it's such a high degree, you have a chain that you wear on the bottom of your jacket, but I took off of my jacket so that the kids could see that that was my state degree. And yeah, it's a highly coveted degree, and in order to get that, I had to productively earn or invest $3,000 into my SAE. Well, in FFA, we call our projects that we do over the course of our time in FFA, we call those SAEs, which stands for Supervised Agricultural Experiences. And, we're identical twins, so we do everything together. So all of our stuff has been like pretty much exactly the same. So for our American degree, which we're going into life science education at Shawnee State University, and so we decided for our American degree, we would do like substitute teaching of working in the schools and, earning money while we're in college and learning, getting active career experience, because that's the most important part. And getting students involved in agriculture while we're
you're teaching. I mean, you really are for a future. Yeah.
But some of our students, like we had a gentleman who graduated last year, Mason Brown. He earned a proficiency award at the state and national level. He was a national finalist. And his SAE was in agricultural repair and maintenance. So he did tractors. So he got antique tractors. He got antique tractors and fixed them up, and he earned money for that. So, which a lot of people think that you can't be an FFA unless you raise and show animals. Right. Which there's
that's a very common
misconception. That's a very common misconception. And so the only national finalist that we have ever had, in the 6 years we've had a chapter, was Mason, and he has never owned livestock in his life. He only did tractors. And so that just goes to show that, and I try to explain to these kids, a lot of them think that, well, I have to have space for an animal, I have to, and many of the people that we've had come through, the alumni that I graduated with, nobody wants to a full-time farmer. There's still involved. I still want to farm, but I'm not going to, we graduate from SSU in 2 years, and so we're going to be substituting for 2 years. So one of our main goals in the Portsmouth West School District is to get more non-traditional FFA members involved. So students who probably wouldn't be in FFA, like traditionally band kids or choir kids and stuff like that, and showing these students that you do have a place in FFA, because we do have a state band and a state choir and a national band and a lot of moving parts, right? Yeah. So anybody can be in FFA. It's not just for the ag kid or somebody who's lived on a farm their entire life. I mean, you could be someone who likes playing the trombone. You can still be involved in FFA.
That is great information, ladies. That's for sure.
Which FFA was founded in 1928, so we're approaching the 100th year of FFA, and it really does reflect the history of America. Because when it started, it was only for white farm boys in agricultural education classes. And then over time, there was the NFA, which was the New Farmers of America, which was for African American boys. Well, then they came together. I think that was like in the 1950s, I believe.
Wow.
And then in 1969, women were integrated into FFA. So when that happens, we have a lot more female members than we do male members, surprisingly, in our chapter. So the ladies kind of celebrate. And then when we talk about the civil rights movement, we like to talk about the integration of African American students. It truly does reflect American history. And because during World War II, there was an issue where these boys who were officers of their chapter and important members of their chapter, they had been sent away to war. So some of the stuff had to be moved around. Girls did participate before they were allowed, but their chapters could be taken away, and there's a lot of history being made. There's a lot of history being made. So we like to celebrate the involvement of everybody in FFA, and FFA truly is for everyone. Looking back and present and future, we want the organization to get better. We want the chapter to get better. We want, more people to be involved. Like this past year, they just reached 1 million members nationally.
So real quickly, because I know we got to go to another station, and these kids want to see you guys. They got to have the where is a good place for them to reach out to get this information outside of these programs you're doing now?
You could go to OhioFFA.org. There's Ohio FFA. There's the National FFA organization. Just go into your Google search bar and type FFA, and it'll help you find a program in your district. Or to students who don't go to West, we have programs at Northwest. Where else? Northwest, South Webster, and Valley. I don't think Memphis. Oh, Memphis lost there. Yeah. But and even students who go to private schools, like if you go to STEM in this area, you go to Notre Dame, you can still be involved in our chapter.
Good.
Yeah. So yes, it truly is for everybody. So thank you.
Thank you, ladies, very much. And I do want to catch up with you guys again soon.
All right.
So thank you. We'll follow you, and I gotta get my camera and learn.
Here, you want to talk about the dog?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I don't know much about him.
Is he recreational or is he used for hunting? We need to kill a little time while we wait for the next station. Yep. Even recreational pets fall into the agricultural setting.
Okay.
You could be a dog groomer. That still fall under agriculture because it's still the management of these animals. And that's something that I feel like doesn't really.
That's a picture of him.
I feel like that's
trying to keep it.
Yeah.
I don't see much of the kids.
I feel like that's something that doesn't really register to a lot of people. Is things like recreational animals, like the llama wandering around. Don't even know where he's at right now. He's over there. He's recreational. It's more than just breeding stock, meat stock.
Right.
It's
so many different.
Very
I see the llama
complex,
coming up here. Yeah.
Come on, Carter, bring us the llama.
Thank you, hon.
Come on, Carter. She wants to speak with you.
I don't know anything about them.
Just make something up. Make something.
How long have you had your llama?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? Okay. What made you decide to get one?
Well, it was my mom's birthday present for her 40th birthday. She's wanted one since she was a kid. So,
really?
Yeah. Me and my dad went to an auction one year and they had him. So we were like, we're going to have to.
So what's his name?
Larry.
Larry, okay. And then, so you don't use him for other reasons or anything, just for the pet?
So I had almost 50 goats, and we had him put in with the goats. He's a livestock guardian.
Yeah.
So he guards
the
animals. He kicks and spits and whatever. And then
that's awesome.
when I sold my goats, we turned him loose in the pasture with the cows. So,
oh, okay.
Yep.
He seems very friendly.
Because they're small.
Very outgoing.
Yep. He's been friendly since we got him.
Because I know, what are some of the purposes of a llama?
Pretty much just like a livestock guardian, and
Okay.
he's a pack animal. So like people in the mountains and stuff use them to their
fur and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their fur to keep them warm and stuff, and then their toenails and stuff.
Yeah.
It's easier to climb mountains with their legs.
Okay. So I mean, but you guys don't use him for his fur or anything like that. You have to keep him cut regularly or anything? Or?
Yep. We have to shear him usually like once a year, right before the summer. I haven't got to it yet.
Okay.
But you can sell the hair if you want, but we don't keep him like brushed and cleaned enough to
do that.
To do
Okay,
that,
I
but,
understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just a big old cat then, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, thank you for that information.
Yeah.
At least that way folks will know.
Yep.
Thank you. Where do you want to go to next? Or?
We're going to go to a textile station.
Okay. All right, guys, we're getting to another station. I know we've got about 35 minutes in here, and this is a little bit longer live.
Oh, we'll have to wait a
we're learning a
little
lot of great information. And
wait for just a second. Caden, what's the time estimate for this group?
Of course, with the live,
How much longer?
we're not able to just edit and cut things down, so we just got to kind of put things where we need it, and I'm trying to make sure we
just can't
focused in there.
We just can't have kids in here while we show the
I
stuff.
definitely have learned a lot today with the agriculture, and
we can go
some
out
of the
here. I wanted them
different,
kind of see the
programs that
stuff.
they have.
Just whatever you want.
Okay, we're gonna walk over. I'm gonna give this to you, and we'll angle about right here, so that way we can see you. Do you want to come right over here by the kid?
Oh,
That
yeah,
way I'm not
yeah.
getting kids over there.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little taller, so I'm gonna get it up there a little bit.
No, hold on.
I said I'm not. It's alive, so we can. It's all here. We're not edited anything. All right, if you want to let folks know who you are. And
Okay, hello, I'm Caden Bentley. I'm representing 4-H today, I believe. I have, I quilt for, that's one of my 4-H projects. I quilt and I show pigs. Today, we are making quilt blocks. We're making quilt blocks, the kids are, and we're going to take those quilt blocks and we're going to sew them together, and we are going to make a quilt with them, and we're going to donate it back to the elementary school. So.
Oh, that is awesome.
You want to go get some of the quilt blocks?
You want to go?
Wait, I'll be back.
Grab them, yes.
Oh, there they go.
Oh, there we go. Here, we can look. Excuse me, honey. Here, we can scoot over. Really show them.
Okay.
So cute.
This here is my most recent quilt.
Wow, and got first place.
Yep. This is just at county level, and this is my very first quilt. Don't mind. These are the little quilt blocks.
It's the Ohio State Fair on there.
Oh yeah. This is my very first quilt I ever made. I went to county. I won county with it, and then I took it to state and got the outstanding of the day. So.
So I'm
pretty successful, yeah.
Questions for you on that too. Yeah. So what got you into quilting?
So, okay, my mom, I vividly remember this. My mother, I came downstairs one day and my mom asked, would you want to start sewing with a girl from church? I was like, sure, she didn't have anyone to do it with her and she wanted to start sewing. So I was like, yeah, of course, like I'll do it. So I chose quilting, because some of my family members always used to quilt, and that's kind of what my mom and dad kind of encouraged me to do. Yeah. So that's what I do. I quilt. She can sew clothes, everything, and she's really, really good.
What did you think when you first started sewing? I mean, how much detail was involved? Or
I hated it. I don't not hate it. I won't get me wrong. I love sewing, but this is one of those things that's so time consuming. It's like kind of dreadful while you're doing it, but after you're done, I'm like, wow, I'm really proud of myself. This is so fun. So I continue to do it. I'll probably do it until I die or get like arthritis and can't anymore. Yeah, it's really, really fun.
So do you use a sewing machine too and everything?
So for these, like the main patterns, I use a sewing machine.
Okay.
Like this here is all done by machine, but the binding I hand sew because I think it
look at that.
It looks a lot neater when you just hand sew it than just machine sew it, because you'll be able to see like every single last stitch. And
I'll tell you what, there's an heirloom in that too, and a lot of people take pride in that. A lot of people that make blankets, baby blankets, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times people keep them for their hope chest, and so there really is a lot of pride in that type of work. So
yes, it's very. It's one of my favorite things to do.
That's good to hear. You hated it, but it's one of your favorite things.
It is. It's one of my favorite things to do. Being able to, mostly because I get to brag about it. Because no one else can do it. No one else can do it. Like, there's very few people that actually know how to quilt. So, like, I love doing it to an extent. I like doing it for people. This is my gifts, okay? I've made gifts for my mom, my Nana, my pastor's wife. I mean, everyone.
Yeah.
They all get blankets. So if you ever were wondering what I'm getting you for Christmas, it's 100% a quilt.
Now, I know here in Ohio we have a lot of different quilting organizations. Have you looked into those? Or
no, but I've been to a couple quilt shows, and that's about as far as it goes
Because
for
I've
me.
seen some amazing quilts down at Otway.
Oh, yeah,
A lot of different places
Yep.
there. So.
Covered Bridge, that's where I went for
Yeah.
one of the
Okay.
quilt shows.
Yeah. And when you see that work, you are amazed by some of the things.
Absolutely. Some are like the applique that people do. That's like where they make like images and like pictures through their quilts. That is absolutely amazing. Like I could never, like, because it's a lot of hand sewing. I'll tell you that. And
It's a goal, right?
I'm to the point now I can't even feel my fingers anymore because I've pricked myself so much.
Oh God.
So I would love to learn how to do that. One of my goals this year is do a little bit of applique. I'm not making full like pictures of like full scenes, but I'd like to do a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a puzzle too, and
Yes.
like as you're putting pieces together.
And you're also making them, and then when they don't line up, you're wondering why they don't line up.
Okay.
It's just it's kind of aggravating at times, but it can be enjoyable. I really like the hand sewing part.
I mean, I see a lot of 4-H stuff. So, was there a certain program you had to get into to learn, or how did you get started?
Well, I started sewing, I think, my 7th grade year. That was the very first year I did it.
Okay.
Actually, the first year I did it, I didn't even go to judging. This is for my 2nd year, so it might have been 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
So 4-H is just where I started because, I mean, there's really no downside. I have an advisor. She helps me. She's taught me everything.
That's
I'm to the point now I know exactly what to do, how to do it myself.
One last question I'll ask then is, how long does it take? I see that size. To make a blanket that size, how long does that take?
The little one?
Yeah. I know because a lot of times, that's just a little blanket, but I'm sure there's a lot of time involved.
There is. You'd be surprised, I think. Especially the hand sewing can take probably 2 to 3 days of like well, probably not for the little one. That could probably take at least a day for just the binding.
Yeah.
And then all the cutting and stuff, making sure everything's perfect. That takes a while too. So probably there's sticker paper. Probably if I worked continuously, which I never do because I don't have time, probably around a week, maybe 2 weeks. And that's just quilting.
Right.
Like just doing this, nothing else.
So definitely made out of love, right?
100%. When I say there's blood, sweat, and tears, I fully mean it. I about cut my finger off one time making one of my quilts. I actually did. I sliced part of my hand. I have a rotary cutter. I sliced part of my finger open. So I just wrapped a piece of fabric around it and went on. I don't got time. I don't got time or the energy to deal with
hospitals and stuff.
No, that ain't important. But
all right, there's a book out there.
So, I mean, it can be. I mean, truly, when you make these quilts, blood, sweat, and tears all go into it. So
that way people appreciate it. That's all. That's what I'm trying to get at.
You gotta appreciate it. This is a lot of work. Believe it or not, sewing is harder than you think it is.
Well, thank you. I'll shake your hand. Thank you. All right, we're going to head to the next station because I know we're going really long on this live today, but we're just trying to cover everybody. Thank you. I'll see you later. I knew your grandma, by the way. Yeah.
Next, we've got more livestock to look at. We've got a rabbit who wants to speak on it. Somebody's got to.
Yeah, let them pick them up there. Let me lower this back down a little bit. So again, if you're just tuning in, and I know this live's going really long, we're here at Portsmouth West Elementary, where it's Agriculture Day for the Future Farmers of America. We're here with
Vasilia Begley.
Yeah. I'll let her say her name.
Kate Cyrus.
Kate Cyrus. And Kate, I'm going to give this to you real quick if you can. You can hold on to it there. Tell us a little bit about your rabbit here.
So this one isn't mine.
Okay.
Get Shaylee.
Here, I'll speak on it.
I'll speak on it. This is Shaylee's.
It's I'll just hold it.
My name's Chloe.
It's like 1.5 years old. It's a lion head, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it a recreational animal or used as breeding stock?
Just
It's just a
pet.
Recreational.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it has a mane right here. That's why it's
Yeah.
How long would you say this animal would last out in the wild? And I have an answer myself for this, but go ahead.
I would honestly, Probably not very long. Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because during COVID, somebody from 4-H let their rabbit go on a farmer's land next door, and that rabbit's still alive.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah. They've lost guineas, they've lost chickens and all kinds of stuff, and that little black rabbit, it still shows up. Drives our dog absolutely crazy, but
You would think a pet rabbit wouldn't live very long in the wild.
you would think that, yeah. So I just thought I'd throw that in there. All right, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Which way are we?
Yep, we can shoot over to the goats.
All right. So she's got another station here to show me, and then we'll start getting this wrapped up there. A lot of great information.
And then we've got the dairy, and then
Got
the
the dairy. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely cover dairy.
Yep.
So again, guys, I have to watch where I'm putting my camera because we got young adults around, and so.
Here, I can take the mic.
Yep. Oh, thank you.
Will, speak on them.
Just back towards you.
Talk about your goats.
Then we got another tall one here. So we'll just angle it up at you there a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your station and.
So we just brought 2 goats. We brought a bottle baby. That's my little brother's. He's I think in 1st grade. And
While you're talking, I want to show that off there a little bit.
we breed them and raise them. We sell them. We show them all over.
So what is their purpose on the farm?
To make money.
To make money. Okay.
And they're meat goats.
How much normally would you have to pay to get a goat like that?
It all just depends, like who it comes from, where you find it at. I mean, they can vary from many different prices.
Oh, okay. What's a ballpark? Give me a ballpark.
For like a 4-H goat, they'd probably be around $300 to $500, usually around there, ballpark range for 4-H.
But again, are they mostly for just like maintaining the fields, or are they? I mean, milk goats and all that good stuff.
We use them. No, we don't really eat them. We usually just show them. We show them a lot.
Okay, that's good to know. Because I know they have a lot of different multiple purposes. That's why I thought I'd ask that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. And then we got the dairy, correct? Yep.
That'll be our last station. And I know we've got a lot of moving parts going over here right now.
You know what? We appreciate you calling us out here today, and this is very educational. And like I say, it's not like we could just cut it and go to something else. We have to kind of go with the live.
Talk about the butter with us, McKenna.
Ooh, we got some butter. Has the kids been helping?
Yes, they have.
Oh, she's got her
Here,
hands
I'll
full.
put it
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
Talk about your station a little bit.
So our station, we're making butter, and the kids are helping. What we're doing is we're taking the heavy whipping cream and we're pouring it into the jars.
Okay.
And we're shaking them until they form. And what happens is it'll kind of clump up in the middle, and then it'll have buttermilk on the bottom of the jars.
Oh, okay. So it's not being wasted, right?
Yep, it's not being wasted. We put it into this bowl, and then we'll dunk it. We'll squeeze out the water into this bowl, which is buttermilk actually, and then we'll roll it around in the ice, which hardens the butter. And we put it in there and put salt on it. And we serve it to them on crackers.
And you think this is the healthiest way for butter?
I guess.
I would say yeah, but I'm like, I know because people use margarine and all these different oils and things like that. But I see a lot of folks coming back more to natural butter. And isn't that amazing how you can do that with whipping cream?
Yes, it's very easy. I think they're having fun with it too.
Oh, I bet they are. And you guys jar it or anything? Save it? How do you?
Well, we're keeping it in this bowl, and it's for the kids that if they don't have time to make it and they have to switch, then we just feed it to them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We'll just.
Can I taste a little bite?
Yeah.
I want to taste some. This is all just by shaking it up in a jar.
Yeah, let me squeeze
water
this out.
and salt. That's all we need, right?
Yes.
Looks like you had ice there, though.
Yeah, we got some ice.
And you drained off the excess and put it in with the ice, so it still kind of keeps the flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta try. I can't.
Do you want to grab a cracker and then you can stick?
5 minutes to
Yeah,
shake.
sure.
Okay. Grace, hand her a cracker.
Yeah, let's try it.
There's butters. Do you have any more?
Oh my gosh, it looks, and it's fresh butter, which is good. Now, do you see a lot more restaurants doing this?
I have no idea. We just got stationed here, but
I haven't. Who are you?
I always see you over here, and I just wonder if we could get a special interview because we want to be famous.
Yeah, we can get a special. I'm talking to John Howard behind the scenes here. I had to eat some butter, yeah.
Oh,
All right. We love you, John. Got me with my cracker in my mouth now.
Hey, go back here.
Yeah. No, this is great. Good. This is wonderful.
Yeah, got all these girls out here working.
They're doing a good job too, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Pushing the farming stuff.
Yeah.
And we're getting an arm workout.
Yeah.
The city I looked at her turkey. She has this turkey over there. It was a weird.
Oh, it is
turkey.
not. Lord.
It's funny. Big goose. I said, that's a funny looking turkey.
Yeah.
You have
It
any
is
more?
a big bird, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Hey, John, I'll talk to you in a bit.
Wait, did she not want?
That was, we were just speaking with John Howard. He's the superintendent of the bus here at Portsmouth West. Also a previous highway patrolman for many, many years and retired. So love getting an opportunity to talk to him when we can.
To circle back to your question earlier about usage of this technique in restaurants, I would say in more small business local areas, it's becoming a bit more commonplace than just buying in bulk like you typically see. But as for the larger chains, I can't speak a lot about them. They're more on the oil side of things, you know.
Yeah.
But this is a good alternative that we are beginning to see a lot more of.
And what I want to ask about that too, when we talked about the restaurants, I know whipping cream is kind of expensive, but obviously it's more fresh, it's more natural to go that route.
It really depends on what the values of the place in question would be. So if you're at a place that really promotes that natural, the simplicity, going back green farm to table, there'd be a larger chance that it would exhibit this. Yes,
fresh.
it is.
I mean, I
very high quality.
Yeah. That also. Oh, thank you, hon. That also being said, one last thing I want to ask about that with the. If you wasn't getting it out of a carton, where are you getting it from?
I suppose the best place you could probably get it, I would have to say, is a dairy production facility near you, especially a small business type.
Okay.
Like there is one, I cannot remember for the life of me what it is called, but it is, it's not far from here. I can't remember exactly where it is either, but they do tours, they do these milk tastings, they have different flavors of milk even. I know that their orange creamsicle is really popular. I can't for the life of me remember
where. But is it here inside the county or is it?
I believe it's in the county, yes.
Okay, that'd be
I'm more on the
interesting.
poultry side of
Hopefully,
things.
if you find out that information, you can always shoot me back a message on that.
Yeah.
The only other thing is, so obviously, like if they're taking this milk from the cow and you're getting the cream and everything, is there a way that they're separating that process, or do you know?
I'm not as
dairy
big.
girl left me.
I'm not as big into the dairy aspect of things. I'm more of a poultry.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure of the process, but I would have to say that's the best place you could probably get it for cheapest if you're like a business.
Yeah.
Would be to just buy it in bulk from these places that need to get rid of it anyway, and it's local, so you know the cows are eating probably local feed, keep everything really natural, really farm to table, freshly sourced. Something that I value a lot, and I know a lot of other people do too, especially around here.
Yeah.
But it's really just case to case.
I am so honored to talk to you today, and it's admiring that you have this great information and all this intel. So we appreciate you calling us out here, and I hope that the people on the other end and for many times to come, they'll say, hey, I know I'm going to get that information. One last thing. So again, how can folks get a hold of FFA or be a part of it?
To get a hold of FFA, like they said, if you just type into your search bar FFA, you can find something local near you. Our chapter personally will, if we need volunteers, we're always welcome for extra people. Come get the experiences. We host other events sometimes. We weren't able to this year for a multitude of reasons, but the past few years we've held like local pancake breakfasts. We're always looking for volunteers there.
Okay.
You can even attend. We try to source most of the ingredients for, say, those breakfasts locally. There's a lot of service projects we're hoping to do this coming 25-26 year. So anybody interested in that would have to contact Cecilia Sherman, and if we can find her, we can get her information if you'd like to.
Yeah.
You can also contact me. My email is Vacilia, VACILYA3 @gmail.com. You can call me at 740-529-8492. Get a hold of whoever you can, really. We're always looking for more help.
Those are in age groups.
Yes.
Does it matter on age?
You can, The earliest that a child can join the FFA is in the 7th grade.
Okay. So that means because it'll be a little more focused and a little more, this is what I want to do. And this is the path
I know
wanna
you
take.
came into 4-H earlier. I'm not as big into the 4-H. I'm more of the FFA side of things, but you can find people to talk to about the 4-H things that gets the kids into it even younger. And then after they graduate high school, they will be an FFA alumni if they've done FFA. So they can even say, and they can still interact in that way too. Like as we've seen over here where we have our alumni come in, it's very important to us.
Yes. Well, I think it's great because again, this is something that you start before high school and something you can carry through with for your career or whatnot. So, all right, do we want to find somebody else? Or are we good?
We're good.
Okay.
Good.
All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here then. As always, we are the People's News. We're number one for a reason, and that reason is you, Scioto County Daily News. Bye. Well, maybe we might be ending it. I can't see in the light there. There we go. We got the ball dot.